Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Hoffman. I'm the Executive Director of Nomad Charities. We're a locally based nonprofit here in Bend, but we exclusively work in a really tiny village in Kenya called Kibwezi, where my twin sister Jeanette and I, we run up to a 60-bed orphanage and an operational farm there. So this amazing young woman, we have a lot in common, which is our love affair with Africa. Mm-hmm. And I first met Bella when she was 8 years old, when you and your mom, Sarah, came to a medical clinic. Yeah. And you were 8, and you were running the pharmacy, so your confidence was, you made an impression on me back then. So 2 years later, at 10, you are back for your second trip to Africa. You land in Tanzania, and at the base camp of Mount Kilimanjaro, where your moms they summited Kili for a charity climb for Nomad Charities. Mm-hmm. And you were 10, too young to summit Kili, but clearly the seed was planted. Yeah. And now, fast forward 8 years later, you are embarking on your own journey, your own charity climb up Kilimanjaro, for an incredible cause that I'm really excited for her to share with you guys. So I'd like to introduce to you my muse, Bella Wiener.
Hi, I'm Bella. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a senior at Bend High School. Everybody has been so funny up until this point. Now I'm kind of worried that we're not going to make anyone laugh unless they're like middle school boys who think the word period is funny. I mean, maybe this is like a throwback to 5th grade health class now. Anyways, I am currently organizing a climb up Mount Kilimanjaro to support an incredible social venture called Sustainable Health Enterprises. And I have a 2-minute video, and I think it does a really good job of just showing you guys what she is all about. So hopefully this will work. Here's some pictures from back. So this should...
I sheepishly admit, even though I've worked and lived in Africa 20 years, I just heard of this organization a few months ago through Bella. So how did you, you're not even 18 yet, how did you come across this organization and your desire to climb Kili and raise X amount of dollars for them?
So when I wasn't able to summit Kilimanjaro when I was 10 years old, I knew that I needed to go back and summit such an incredible mountain. So I actually spent part of my summer at Brown University doing their Leadership Institute. And so while you're there, you're supposed to create an action plan. And an action plan is where you take an issue that you're passionate about and you develop some plan to create social change. And so I had actually just been speaking with our friend from Kenya. Her name is Nellie. And she was telling me how girls in her community were skipping school each month because they have their periods and they can't afford pads because they have a tax placed on them, or they just don't have access to them, or they're too embarrassed to go to school because they face male teachers and students who make fun of them for this monthly bodily function. And so that just shocked me that something as simple as a period is preventing girls in Africa and around the world from receiving an education that they definitely deserve. And so I started doing some research and I came across Sustainable Health Enterprises. And I just automatically knew that this was such an incredible idea. It's sustainable, it engages the community. It's not just a Band-Aid solution that's just gonna fail in a couple of years. And so I got in touch with them and everything has just been working out so well.
So can you share with us a bit, you know, we're so lucky to live in this world, in this country. Can you share what the girls use as a substitute when they don't have access to pads?
Yeah, so a lot of girls will end up using things like mud or bark or sheep wool in place of pads. And not only is this really unsanitary, it's uncomfortable, and if the girls end up going to school using these substitutions, they can't focus and they're embarrassed because of it.
So we battle with this in Kenya as well, and this organization is Rwanda. But we struggle as an organization keeping young girls in school, and it's a constant battle for us, and primarily it is the period. And so can you kind of give us some stats in Rwanda and the SHE organization on girls the dropout rate, and there's just the rate of the girls getting their high school education and whatnot?
So some statistics have shown that 1 out of every 10 school-age girl in Africa will actually either drop out of school entirely or skip a week every single month because they're having their period. And so gender disparity in education is a huge issue all over Africa, all over the world. And so when something as simple as a period is getting in the way of that, it's shocking. And another statistic is that in 47 out of 52 African countries, the enrollment rate of girls in secondary school is 50% lower than that of boys.
Yeah, it's pretty staggering. So
It's shocking.
let's talk about your climb, and when is it, and how much money are you raising, and where are those dollars going, and can you walk us through that a bit?
Definitely. So I have a team of 12 climbers. I've been recruiting them since this summer. I actually did a little event at Patagonia where I promoted this event with Elizabeth Sharp, who's actually the founder of Sustainable Health Enterprises. So my idea was that with this group of climbers, I am teaching them about these issues that don't get the amount of attention that they need. And then I'm also requiring them to each raise $5,000. So by June of this year, we will have raised $60,000 that will go to SHE. And this will triple the amount of pads that they can produce. And then by the end of 2015, I was actually just speaking with Elizabeth, and she asked me if I want to double our fundraising goal to $120,000 by the end of 2015. So, I mean, with $60,000, tripling the amount of pads that they can produce, just imagine how much $120,000 can do. It's incredible.
Can you share a bit too, or explain how the pads are made?
Yeah, so Elizabeth took her team of MIT students to Rwanda, and they needed to figure out some type of sustainable, kind of biodegradable product that was really easy to access. So they started experimenting. They tried using different parts of plants, and ultimately they found that banana fibers are extremely absorbent. They used Coca-Cola to pour on these fibers, and that worked. So they're teaching women who have the potential to become entrepreneurs in Rwanda how to make these pads out of banana fibers, and then they're distributing them to the girls in Rwanda and also doing sex education classes. So it's just so sustainable. They're keeping women in work, they're keeping girls in school, and over time, hopefully this will decrease this huge gap between females and males in education and the workforce in sub-Saharan African communities.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So I want to recruit you to come over to Nomad after this. You're raising 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank
So
you.
just wrapping this up real quickly, how can people go to your blog or your website, or if people choose to donate or follow your journey? Because your climb is June 17th.
June 17th, 2015. So it is.
Are you ready? You in shape?
Let's hope so.
Right. How many days is your climb?
It's 8 days, and actually Simon Matui, who's the leader of our climb, he used to hold the world record for going up and down Kilimanjaro. So it's taking us 8 days. Do any of you guys have any guesses for how long it took him? 8 hours. And that was by himself. Like, he would stop and get his own water and filter it. So Simon's incredible. So excited to be climbing with him again. But if you are interested in donating to the Climb for She, I have my links to my blog. You can email me, or you can go to the Sustainable Health Enterprises page. We have a pretty huge fundraising goal, and I'm really, really excited to see what we can do with this. I know that spreading awareness is just one of my biggest goals for this project, but it would also be incredible if we can hit that $120,000 mark.
I think you will.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, Bella Wiener.